Quick question. How many places are you really storing ideas, tasks, useful external resources? Like notes apps, saved lists, Telegram or WhatsApp DMs, bookmarks, screenshots? It's chaos. Agree? What if one system could capture it all and organize it for you automatically? That's what I'm about to show you. You will see 3 things. How I capture anything with a Telegram bot, how AI sorts it into the right Notion database, and how that becomes a launchpad for advanced automations. Then we will zoom out to the bigger picture, so stay with me. Before the live demo, here's a quick primer. Second brain is a concept popularized by Tiago Forte. Shout out Tiago, I'm your big fan. Think of it as an external memory that frees your mind for thinking, not remembering. The operating framework here is called PARA, which stands for projects, areas, resources, archives. Key habits: capture first, organize later. Store by actionability rather than topic. And build in layers so you can bolt advanced workflows onto the same foundation you already built. Information overload isn't something new, but the pace is really brutal. The answer isn't having more apps to store all this data. It's an architecture. That architecture/system is called a second brain, a trusted place outside your head that remembers, connects, and resurfaces what really matters for you personally. My system follows 3 simple rules. First one, capture once. Dump the code instantly. Do not spend time categorizing, tagging, just capture it quickly and don't decide where it lives. Do not think much. Continue doing what you've been doing before that. Just capture it and that's it. Second one, organize by use. Task going to task database, nodes going to nodes database, resources to resources library. Everything is in order. Third one, build in layers. Start with capture, add automations as you grow. First thing first, yes, it's important to instantly save everything into your databases, but then you will see all the additional possibilities of what you can add on top of that. Various automations, various workflows you can imagine and you can implement later on. I'm gonna show you my own setup, but be sure, tools are interchangeable. I use Telegram for capture, n8n for logic and automations, and Notion for storage and as well as automations, by the way. But you could swap in WhatsApp, Slack, Make.com, Airtable, even Google Sheets, whatever fits. The template pack I'm gifting you is 100% modular. Watch. I tap my bot and hold record, interview customers about onboarding pain points in a week. Hit send. You see, I got message back. Behind the curtain is simple logic. My voice memo hits Whisper, which is OpenAI's model for transcriptions. GPT then classifies it as a task, extracts the date mentioned, and then n8n creates a page in my Notion database. Every capture runs through this flow. First, Telegram bot receives a message, and this acts as a trigger in our scenario here. Then there is a content type router. If it's voice memo, it's going to the transcription flow. If it's just a text, it's going immediately to our sub workflow, which is classifier and saver. If it's channel post, there is also additional flows for that. Regarding the classifier and saver sub workflow, basically it looks like that. We receive input in textual format. Then there is a special prompt to analyze it and provide in structured format relevant information needed for me to store input data into the relevant database in Notion. And then there is a router. If it's node, it's going to the node database. If it's task, it's going to task database. resource, going to resource database, and then completion message hits me back with a link in case I need it immediately. Once a day I open the inbox dashboard. Important parts of my inbox are resources, tasks, and notes. And there are already filters in place, and there is already also some formulas to quickly analyze what I have to do with this or that particular page. For example, pay attention organized because it is in status inbox and not connected to any areas, any projects, other resources, or tasks. So basically there are simple rules for various categories of items I store in my databases. Notion gives me databases, backlinks, and an API, but as promised, swap it if you like. The logic is what matters here. And by the way, you don't have to blank page this. Communities share hundreds of free templates for this or that use case. I'll show you several templates. If you want finance tracker or content generation operational system or reading lists, digital library, basically anything. Student planner, travel planner, nutrition planner, you can find everything. And by the way, the good news are all the platforms I mentioned are with huge communities that share hundreds and thousands and dozens of thousands free or paid templates. You can just embed into your workspace and connect to your second brain. Or Airtable as an alternative to Notion, which is more suitable for company level, but also good for personal use. Personal CRM, if you have your own clients, wedding planning, apartment hunting, esports tournament playing, like lots of use cases, then lots of ready-made templates you can simply embed into your own system and integrate with your second brain. Same goes with n8n, with lots of ready-made templates you can integrate into your workflow, into your system, and you can explore tools by your own. I'm not going to review all of them, but be sure like there are hundreds or thousands available online and you don't have to spend time creating them from scratch. Just a few examples of automations you can implement after you have the foundation in place, like receipt parser, forward photo to your Telegram bot, OCR happening, categorize spend, expense, and update your finance database in Notion, which is connected to your notes. Second example, idea to multi-platform post. If you're an influencer, just imagine you forwarded reference from someone else or some kind of page with news. For instance, you want to share with your audience on your own resources, and before that you needed a lot of time preparing the content in according with the requirements of this or that platform. Now you just need to hit send, save it, and then there is another workflow you can build which will automatically generate, using your own language, your own style, generate content for X, LinkedIn, your website blog, and sends you for approval called human in the loop. You can do edits or hit post button and after publish via respective APIs to all the platforms you have in your list. Third useful example, after archive done tasks. For instance, after 7 days, if status equals done, move to archive table. Fourth, weekly review digest. Fourth useful automation I would suggest to implement, weekly review digest. Note pulls last week activity, all the notes, all the resources, all the tasks you have done, and provides you with a summary of everything you have executed last week. And last fifth example is smart linking. New note triggers GPT embeddings, finds and backlinks related notes, so you don't have to spend time connecting dots and E's. By the way, this is not only for personal use. Same architecture scales to teams. Share it inbox, share it automations, role-based dashboards. But that's another episode. The possibilities are infinite here. Today, you saw the foundation. Capture plus classify. Download the template pack below. Make it yours. Comment what you want automated next, and I will cover it in the follow-up. Your second brain awaits. Let's build.